As the world marks the World Water Day today to raise public awareness about the significance of fresh water and sustainable management of this significant resource, my colleague Anas Sabit visited Bompa, a predominantly farming community in the Atebubu Mountain municipality of the Bono East region, where residents drink from a dirty, brownish, stagnant water due to the absence of potable water source. There's more in this report.
Lack of clean water and sanitation are major contributors to avoidable deaths and diseases in most rural communities across the world. This lack of clean, potable water has over the years increased vulnerability to conditions including diarrhea, malnutrition and malaria amongst residents of Bompa, a predominantly farming community here in the Atebubu Mountain municipality of the Bono East region. This dirty, brownish, stagnant water here is the only source of drinking water for the people here and their animals.
This is
the only water source serving the people of this community. Just take a look at our population. Children come around and bath in this water, and it is the same water source we all drink from. Water has been our major challenge here. With our population, we go through a lot during the Harmattan season, and we sometimes spend the entire day here without eating just because of water. These residents sometimes have to spend the night at the water source in order to get water for domestic purposes. Some of us sleep here from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. the next day before getting water. Moro Akwasi is an opinion leader here. He says the situation is even worse during the Harmattan seasons as residents trek several miles to neighboring communities in search of water. We don't have a potable water source. The only water we drink is a stagnant rainwater. So in dry season, we travel about 4 miles to Pru to get water to drink. This unfortunate situation affects both adults and children of this community, with school-going children unable to attend classes during Harmattan seasons due to the scarcity of water. Children in this community join us in search of water during Harmattan, and as a result, they do not go to school at all. Assemblyman for Fokwasi Bompa electoral area, Techi Kwabna, laments how the situation is also affecting the health of the people living in this community.
In fact, Bompa people, they are facing water problem a lot, especially during the dry season. They travel 4 miles away before they can get water to drink. Even that water is not pure for human consumption. So if they did not come to our aid, it will affect our health. So many diseases like skin rashes and all kind of diseases, which we acquire from stagnant water.
As we mark the World Water Day today, a day that seeks to celebrate water as well as raise awareness of the
The theme for this year's commemoration is My Groundwater, Making the Invisible Visible. So we ask, how much groundwater do we have as Ghanaians and how much of it have we used? Joining me for a conversation via Zoom is Kudoma. She's a member of the National Planning Committee for the World Water Day celebration. Also will be joining us later from the other side is Nana Jumo Sapon, who is Executive Director of Friends of Rivers and Water Bodies. Let me start with you, Kudoma. So what's the plan to ensure that we don't only have groundwater, or we don't only use it effectively, but we have efficient, clean, potable water for efficient use? Hello.
Johnson, did you have to disconnect before?
Right, so we'll try and fix her line there. Kudom, if you can hear me, you are on Joy News, and I'm asking what the plan is. We're talking about groundwater and putting it to effective use, but we're also looking at how potable or how clean that groundwater is. So what's the plan to ensure that we're putting the groundwater to use, but we're also ensuring that it's clean enough for the people who use it?
Hello?
Yes, Kudom.
Yes, Aisha, thank you. Unfortunately, my line is so faint over here. But what it is that the various partners in the water sector are here. That is, I'm talking of the Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources. I'm talking of the United Nations system, UNICEF, UNESCO. I'm talking of the chief of this area. And I'm also talking about the civil society and then the public institutions who are in charge of water. They have agreed that groundwater is our sustenance. When we talk about water supply, without managing groundwater, we are doomed. We are doomed because when it rains, groundwater is charged. And once the underground water is charged, it also charges the surface water. So what they are all saying here is that there is need for this nation to sit down and consciously and deliberately put in place measures to address groundwater management. That is the agreement that they have come to. They have also realized that there is so much pollution, so much contamination, and the contamination is from various angles. It's from agricultural chemicals. It's from fecal matters. You know, Aisha, you are aware that we've been talking about the effects of open defecation. And they have agreed that it is one source of contamination of underground water, and not just underground water, but surface water. So at the end of the day, they have agreed that some of the measures will have to deal with these sources of contaminants. Once we are able to deal with the sources of contaminants, the next is to ensure that there is proper abstraction of underground water, because the situation where everybody just gets up and is drilling a borehole, is drilling well and whatnot, has to cease. It has to be done according to plan. So that is the agreement that has been reached here.
Let me bring in Nana Jumo Sapon, who is Executive Director of Friends of Rivers.
Okay.
I'm grateful for your time, Mr. Sapon. Okay, so we don't have Nana Jumo Sapon on the line. We'll try and get him back, but let me put this to you, because recently we've had cause to worry over water bodies that are not clean enough. We've talked about the river and Cobra getting dirty or losing its cleanliness, turbidity levels of water to unappreciable levels. Recently, the Ghana Water Company says we may import water if we don't do the right things. I mean, how do you intend to change the narrative? Hello, Kudom.
Hello, Aisha.
Yes.
No, I didn't get the last part of what you said, if you can.
So I'm saying that we've had cause to complain about how our water bodies are being, destroyed. And the Ghana Water Company has warned that if we are not careful, we may have to import water. How do you intend to help change the narrative, especially now that we say groundwater is the best alternative?
I don't know if I'm getting you right. But yes, whatever the Ghana Water Company Limited is saying is the correct picture. This morning, I spoke to one radio station in Takoradi, and the host was telling me that anytime we do World Water Day, there will be Western region, or at least they can be Takoradi, will be suffering from severe water crisis. He says that for the past 6 months, they have not had water through their taps. Now, what this situation means is that we are abusing the invisible source of water so much so that it is affecting the surface water that is mostly used to supply water to the residents. So I think it is time for the nation to take a real serious stance on the issue of contaminants, especially from galamsey sources, from agricultural chemical residuals, and then the issue of open defecation. We will need to address it. I don't know if I'm addressing you properly. I couldn't hear you very well.
Nana Kudom Ajeman, I'm grateful for your time. She's a member of the National Planning Committee of the World Water Day celebration. Unfortunately, we couldn't get Nana Juma Sapon also to speak on this.